Okay, so that is Survivor
Wow.
46 in the books.
Wow.
We have just finished watching Final Tribal Council and the first part of the reunion show, the live immediate reunion. And do you want to start, Mom?
I'm just like, this was one of the best Survivors. It was just so good. But yeah, I'll start with Maria.
You'll start with Maria, okay.
Oh man, after the vote, Q being voted out, and they get back, and you can see she's nervous, not happy that she was left out.
Immediately goes up to Charlie.
Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
And apologizes for writing his name down, and she almost makes like she was influenced.
Mm-hmm. That's what she was saying. She was like, "Oh, it wasn't my idea. They told me to vote for you. It wasn't on me."
Yes.
And he's like, I trust you as far as I can throw you right now. I love you, but I know you're full of it."
Yeah. And anyway, she quickly comes up with something. Let me try and get them to vote Ben out.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks to Liz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Liz?
Talks to Liz.
And Liz pretends that, oh yeah, I didn't think about it, but I know Ben's got a game here. Obviously Ben doesn't have a game. Yep. So yeah, and then they have the challenge. The next day they have the challenge. And this tough challenge.
Do you remember what happened during the challenge?
What happened?
So, the challenge, like you're saying, it's a tough challenge. You know, this thing and this thing and this thing, and then you gotta solve a puzzle.
Yeah.
And then but you have to solve a combination lock at the end, which involves your puzzle, and you gotta go back and get your plank and count all the things. And so Liz, realizing, hey, I'm not gonna win the challenge, but Maria's the target.
She helps Kenzie.
Kenzie is about to win, but she has to go get this thing. I'm going to run all the way back, get Kenzie's thing. I am going to do her.
So fast. I have never.
It really was the fastest I think Liz has ever moved on the show.
Yeah. And her part of the challenge was done, but to help Kenzie out. And I was surprised that she was allowed to do it.
Yeah, because like I was on the internet like the entire time because I also wanted to see it's like, what are other people saying? I want to be engaged in this. I love doing that for finales. So many people were like, "This is cheating. This is wrong. This is unfair."
Never seen it done before.
Me personally, when it comes to Survivor, if Jeff doesn't say no, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Like 100%. It's like, all right, Jeff isn't saying no, you can do it.
Yeah.
It's underhanded. I will not lie. Like, if I was Maria, I would have been pissed that they were able to do that and team up against me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was blocking your face. I'm sorry, Mom. But this is for $1 million. And if Jeff isn't saying no, you're like, I need to get rid of this person because they will beat me at the end. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Like he always says, dig deep. You're doing something there. Like, it's dirty, but I respect it.
Yeah. And then I just figured when that happened, like, Maria's hours are numbered.
Oh, 100%. At that point, it's clear that, like, unless you find an idol, and at that point, I don't know if they even re-hid one, because Q went with it in his pocket, but that quickly before I don't know if they would have re-hidden one. I think they usually do.
Yeah.
So maybe it was there and they couldn't find it, or maybe just they didn't hide it. They're like, it's fine, but no one's gonna play it anyways with how this season is
and there
gone.
Was a reward. There was a reward.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It was
Kenzie.
Yeah, Kenzie won. She's like, Liz helped me. I want to pick her, but Ben hasn't gone to the sanctuary. And Liz is like, dude, take him. It's fine. I'm allergic to pasta.
That was so good. I'm allergic to pasta.
So that happens. Maria goes home. And then it's time for the final four. And I remember they were showing this montage of Ben and like his anxiety and his night terrors.
Yes.
And I remember I looked at you and I said, Mom, this is what's about to happen. Ben is going to win final immunity. Like, they're showing how down he is, like, how messed up he is. He's winning final immunity. I think he's going to take Kenzie. Charlie and Maria are going to go, or excuse me, Charlie and Liz are going to do fire. Liz is out at fire. Charlie and Kenzie are going to tie at Final Tribal, and all of this showing how close he is to Charlie, because they're talking about their Dumb and Dumber alliance, how close he's been to Kenzie all season.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to this, and Ben is going to decide the winner, and I was right on some of that. I was wrong on a lot of that, and we'll get to the ending, but I'm kind of fuming. I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted Kenzie to win. That girl's heart is a gold.
Mm-hmm.
She's just got a heart. I have never seen anybody in Survivor with a heart like her. No selfishness. No, she wanted to win. Yes, she made every effort to win, but she reached out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of stress, and she was there. She was there for them. And she won my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been saying to you, I want Kenzie to win.
Yes, you haven't. You just kept saying it's like, I hope it's her. She
Yeah.
deserves it. You know, Banu wanted to win $1 million hearts, not $1 million.
but
Kenzie won $1 million hearts and $1 million.
She sure did. And, you know, she won my heart. Totally won my heart.
But so Ben does win. So the final challenge was throw a ball up a thing, and then while it's going down, you can solve your puzzle. It looked awful. I'm not gonna lie. Liz couldn't get it over the thing.
Yeah.
Kenzie couldn't get over the thing. Yeah, Charlie kept letting it drop. And Ben took it. Ben took it and not easily, because it was very close between him and Kenzie, but he took it kind of without issue. Like, he never dropped the ball. Literally never dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And so he's like, cool, I won, I'm rocking out, yeah. Oh, I have a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, I won. And he sits Liz down almost immediately and says, look, I think you're a big threat, you're making fire. And Liz is furious because she doesn't want to make fire. And she's like, my joints don't work. He listen to him rattle.
Quick. And then she says to him, I'm a millionaire, but I want to win. And he's like, right.
Yeah, she's trying to say, like, if I've got everyone knows I got all this money, they're not going to vote for me. I just want to get to the end. And he's like, I don't care. I'm not taking you.
I mean,
Which, I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit, but when Liz is telling the jury after she's lost fire and she's crying that, you guys were going to lose. I was going to beat all of you. And it cut to Venus just giving the jury this look like, am I the only one crazy here thinking she wasn't a threat? And you heard me, Mom. I was cackling. Like, I laughed so hard at Venus's reactions to Liz.
I don't know. Liz is just from a different world.
And she was cracking you up the entire episode. Anytime Liz did anything, you were laughing.
She was hilarious.
Liz was great.
Liz was hilarious. I mean, I loved having Liz in the game because, man, she just would, when she went off, like she said, what did she say to Kenzie? I love you tomorrow.
Yeah, that was it when she's going. I love you tomorrow. That was really funny.
Yep.
But, Ben is talking to Charlie and Kenzie. He's like, look, I'm not going to take Liz. It's one of you two is going to play her in fire, and I hope you win. I don't know who I pick here because I love you. But he's basically like, I want to take both of you to the end because I love you so much. Charlie's been my number one since day one. Kenzie, I haven't known you as long, but your friendship has meant so much to me. And the entire time I'm thinking, this is building up to a tie. I know, like, he says that anyways, not knowing what happens in Final Tribal Council, but, like, it's so perfect to build up to the tie, and he makes the deciding vote. This is beautiful. And he does not take Kenzie. He decided to take Charlie instead.
Yeah.
And something they make a point about is Charlie saying, look, I mean, Liz is hopeless at fire. Like, I can win.
Yeah.
But I don't want to risk that. I don't want to have all the hard work I've done go up in smoke because I couldn't make fire.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking just saying, Ben, can you just take me?
Yeah.
Like, please, because I don't want to do this. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to do it. And I'm going to go on my soapbox for a second. Me, personally, I don't hate Final Four fire making. Because in earlier seasons, it was just a vote. Whether it was a Final Two or Final Three, it was just a vote. If you won final immunity, you had a lot of the power because, hey, there's 4 people here and now one of them can't be voted out.
Yeah.
You don't have all the power. It can still end in a 2-2 tie, and then it goes to fire making in a tie.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of authority. The idea of it comes down to fire making, essentially to give those big threats one last chance. I don't mind it. You can always argue that, well, their big last chance is winning final immunity, but like, okay, I can accept that. What I don't love personally is how much stake juries really seem to
on
put.
The fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes no sense.
Because it's like, it's
no sense to me.
it feels like pretty often, and we're going to talk about that when we get to Maria, but just, it's like the other, I know now it's like 26 and not 39, but it's like the entire rest of the game they're saying, that doesn't really matter, I just cared about what you did here.
Yeah.
And I don't, with some exceptions, I feel like if it's very clear, this person's the threat. They have been the threat for so long, and you couldn't get rid of them. They always had an idol, or they always won immunity, or they're always able to sneak their way out, and everyone knew they were the threat, and they kept surviving. But I took them out in fire. I went mano a mano. I sent them home. I put you there.
Yeah.
I was the best because I beat the best. I can see the argument there. I feel like, okay, if you played a good enough game on top of that, maybe you deserve to win, or it's a very strong argument for your winning.
Yeah.
When it's, you beat Liz, who the jury is laughing at for saying how big of a threat she is, I don't think that should be the deciding factor. Yeah. Now, I do want to go ahead, or do you have anything else you want to say about what happened with Liz?
I think the reason they were so impressed with her fire making because it kept going off. Mm-hmm. She was nervous, and
but she fought through it.
She turned around, she pulled herself together, and she said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it," and she did it. Yeah, but I understand. It's a whole game. Why are you just basing it on fire? But
I will say there is something Kenzie said. I think this was during Final Tribal, so you didn't hear it. Was Kenzie saying, I was on Yanu and we didn't have Flint for the entire game.
She did say it, yeah.
And then she's like, the fact that I was able to make fire after not having it for, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was. And she did say, I thought, okay, I'm going out not being able to make a fire. It makes sense. We never were able to make fires for the longest time. And then she made a fire. So, yeah, that was big. That was really big.
So when it comes to Final Tribal Council and our winner, the thing I want to go ahead and say, I said I was upset at the result. That is not because I'm upset that Kenzie won. I think Kenzie did play a very good game. Like, genuinely, 100%. I'm like, yes. Kenzie and Charlie, whichever one of them wins, I feel like they deserve to win. Kenzie was the more social of the two. Charlie was the more strategic of the two. Yes. Personally, I like to watch a strategic game a little bit more. Yeah. But I know if I was playing Survivor, I would want to play a more social game. Yeah. I love seeing a social player get rewarded. I love seeing a strategic player get rewarded. What I'm mad about is the tie didn't happen. I wanted it so bad, because genuinely, what I thought was going to happen is it's going to end in a tie, and then Ben will have to cast the deciding vote, and he will vote for Kenzie. I figured he would vote for Kenzie over Charlie, and I would have been so excited with Maria.
I'm really disappointed in her. I think she was angry at Charlie. She made up a story. Maria's good at making up stories.
She made one up to Charlie as soon as she couldn't take him out.
She's good at making up stories. She made up that story. She was angry that he didn't vote for Ben. He voted for her. And so she got him there. And it's like, wow.
And because when we do get the votes read, it's of 8 people, it's 5 for Kenzie, 3 for Charlie. Yeah. And because you weren't able to watch Final Tribal, because you were talking to your sister.
My sister in Australia, yeah.
So what I noticed, at least me personally, so first off, the jury was very kind of, this is our time. We're going to ask you stuff, answer it the way we want. We don't want any extra fluff, which I love. With how this season had been, we're going to have an aggressive jury. I want that. I need that. In more recent seasons, the jury's been very open forum. All right, let's talk about this aspect of the game. Let's talk about this aspect of the game. Yeah. This was, what do you want to ask? They get a question, the next person gets a question. I'm like, we're getting jury questions again. Yes. It was kind of a mix. It's like Hunter, what do you want to ask? This is my question, and then other people can kind of chime in. Yeah. It felt like a good marriage of the two formats, and I really enjoyed that. My favorite easily was Soda, because Soda had said, okay, I've been on the jury the longest. I've gotten to watch every tribal, from a distance. I've listened to all of you guys. This is my interpretation of everyone's game. Ben, you were very emotional. You had no agency. Kenzie, people just kind of told you what to do, and you did it. Charlie, you were Maria's little stooge. Each of you gets 30 seconds. Prove to me why I'm right, or prove to me why I'm wrong. I was like, she just cooked everybody.
Yeah, but he wasn't Maria's little stooge.
Here's the thing, though.
He played a game.
Kenzie had said the same thing a few episodes ago, and what I genuinely think it's us as the audience. We got to see the game Charlie was playing and how he and Maria were genuinely equal. Yes. I think the jury really did see him as like Maria's the threat. Maria's doing everything. And Charlie, because Maria called him like her little jester.
Yeah,
I think that is how everyone saw him. So when Charlie's trying to say like, yeah, this was my game. This is what I did. He got quite a bit of pushback. Yeah. But even some of the jurors were like, he really convinced me. Like, he played a better game than I thought he did. He really articulated how well he played. Yeah. I came away impressed with him.
Yeah.
And then we have Maria, who, like I said, it was 5-3.
Tough as hell, though. That girl was tough.
Oh, no, she's like 100%.
Yeah,
I feel like genuinely throughout the season, I did enjoy Maria a lot. I loved her relationship with Charlie. Yes. I loved just the way they interacted with each other. We were talking about it last week.
That thing messed up Maria.
It really did.
That cute thing, she just,
But I love that confessional when they're each saying, I think he's gonna turn on me, or I think she's gonna turn on me, but I gotta turn on them first. Like, it was so cool. Yeah. And then after the vote out, they have the big hugs. I can't wait for my boys to meet Uncle Charlie. He's like, hey, I love you too. It's gonna be great. And in the end, she doesn't vote for him. And to be fair, to be perfectly honest, she doesn't have to.
No, she doesn't.
You are a juror. You can vote for whoever you want with whatever criteria you want.
But she had built. There was a build up to it. There was a build up to it, and she was supposed to be this mommy person. I'm the mommy. Nah. No, I.
And then she says at the end, like during the because Jeff, one of the first thing he asks is, okay, so that's another thing with these immediate reunions. I've noticed for the most part, usually whoever gets like second and third place is kind of like, all right, like it is what it is. Like I kind of read the room. I'm okay. Charlie looked devastated. Like when that last vote was read, he was wide-eyed, like, wait, what do you mean I didn't win? Like, really?
Yeah.
What? And he's just, like, quiet. He's looking down. You can, like, hear the gears turning in his mind, like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
What did I say that was wrong? I'm trying to figure it out. And Jeff's like, all right, raise your hand if you voted for Charlie. Like, who were the three? And it's Soda, Hunter, and Liz. I was actually surprised Liz did. She's like, sorry, Kenzie, I love you, but Charlie, like, really got me today. And I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, Maria, you didn't vote for Charlie. And Charlie's just quiet. And you can feel that him now realizing, Maria didn't vote for me?
Yeah.
Wait, so if Maria had voted for me, it would have at least been a tie. Yeah. And then who knows what would have happened. Like, I think Ben would have gone for me. He took me to Final Tribal. I mean, maybe he votes Kenzie. I don't know, but what?
Yeah.
And Jeff asks, why didn't you do it? Like, well, it wasn't a gameplay thing. It was just, I saw when she made fire, like, I really respected that she went into fire, which wasn't really her choice. It was Ben's choice. It was like, she went into fire, and there was fire in her eyes, and I just got that sense, and you were saying that too. It just felt like I really don't want to vote for Charlie because he voted me out or he got further than me. And it made me, as Charlie's just sitting there, like, having to listen to this and just, like, drinking wine, like, I think that's why I was so upset, because I was so convinced the tie was going to happen, and we were that vote away. And it was seeing Charlie have to deal with that in real time, like, genuinely broke my heart. Like, I'm mad for him.
Yeah, it was awful that she did that. It's really bad. What she did was awful.
And I like what he said after, because Jeff's like, all right, Charlie, like, how does that make you feel? And he's quiet. Yeah. Like, you can tell he's just like, I know what I want to say, but I can't say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, first off, congratulations to Kenzie, and again, genuine congratulations to Kenzie.
Yeah.
It's like, congrats to you. You deserved to win because they voted for you.
Yes.
And as someone who loves Survivor, I understand that.
Yep.
You did put, like, the jury
yeah.
decides.
Yeah.
They
He's
decided
in law
you.
school too,
yeah, he's
so.
like, they decided you.
Yeah.
It's all good.
He's in law school. That's how.
Maria not voting for me hurts, though. And he, he
broken.
made it,
You can see he's broken. He's really broken because she did that. Yeah. And I don't know. It's Survivor, but she was wrong. The promises and the promises, even in the end, you know.
There was a. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
But she was bitter. She was bitter.
There was a bit you missed with Q, where I think it was Tiff was like the first question. She asked everyone like, "What is a move that you made? That's like your move that you did?" And I don't remember what Ben said. I think Ben was like, getting the right people together. Like, I was the one that basically got the Final Four together and made us the Final Four.
Yeah.
Charlie was, I think he was saying, like, it was getting out Hunter. Like, I won the immunity that got rid of him.
Yeah.
I was the one that was like, we need to take out Hunter now. And then Hunter had kind of pushed back a little bit. He's like, true. I was going to play my idol. The reason I didn't play my idol was Kenzie. Kenzie was the one who was sure, but she did. We saw that happen. Like, she assured me it was Q, that I was safe.
Yeah.
Charlie, like, and not a bad move. I don't want to take that away from you, but I gotta give her a shout out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kenzie's move was, she was saying it was that Tim vote when it was the merge, but the tribes were split in half. She's like, Q wanted Ben. I liked Ben, and I realized I don't think I can be close to Tim. Like, Tim's going to beat me in any kind of challenge.
Yeah.
I want him gone. And Q immediately is like, I didn't want Ben. What are you talking about? And Kenzie's like, what are you talking about? You kept saying, it's Ben. Now it's Tim. Now it's Ben. Tiff, back me up. And she's like, no, like, Q, she's telling the truth. That's exactly. And Q seems so genuinely confused. Like, I love Q. Like, I'm glad we got good Q moments.
Q's a character.
As much, and again, I love both Charlie and Kenzie. I wish either one of them, could have been in a final three with Liz and Q. Because seeing Liz and Q go against the jury of this season would have been gold. Like, whichever one would have won easily. Like, I think they would have gotten all 8 votes. But, oh my gosh, it would have been so entertaining.
She didn't anger anyone. Liz didn't. She didn't make anybody really angry.
Except maybe Q.
She was, no,
even then, even Q was like, it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, she was just,
I think there's one person, not Liz. There's one person that Kenzie made mad, and that was Banu. Mermaid Dragon.
Mermaid
Dragon.
The Mermaid Dragon won. The Mermaid Dragon. I don't like it though when they end and they don't bring all the people in.
Because that's what they've been doing.
I don't like that.
In these newer seasons. I think they were doing it at first just because of COVID stuff. And I think now, after a few seasons, it's just what they're used to doing.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I do prefer... there's 2 reasons I really like the live reunions. Number 1, so you can see everyone, you can talk to everyone. Yeah. The other big reason is so you can really give everyone a time to digest the game.
Yes.
And so, especially because you could see the members of the jury like actually watch the edit and go, oh, wow, you played a way better game than I thought you did. Yes. Maybe I should have voted for you. Or like, okay, the person I voted for 1000% deserved it even more than I even thought. And you also give the loser a time to like really understand this is what I did wrong. I've been able to move past it. I understand. And you like, I'm not feeling heartbroken for Charlie the entire time.
Yeah.
But so what are your overall thoughts on the season? You're talking about how much you enjoyed it earlier.
I really enjoyed it. At the beginning, it just felt like it was a disaster for me. It really did.
So was that because of Banu, or is that not because of Banu?
Well, it was because of Banu and that team, just constantly lose. There was no excitement. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, once Banu left, everything changed.
It really did.
It changed, and then I started to enjoy it. And I couldn't wait for the next one because I didn't know what was going to happen. I did not know. I didn't have an idea because of the blind side.
And how just chaotic it was.
It was chaotic. And they generally looked like they cared for each other. You know, there wasn't this. A lot of survivors have this animosity where this one really hates.
Oh, I disagree. Like, I feel like there was a lot where you could tell where people were really close, but you could see animosity. Like, there were people who just hated each other. Like, Tevin and Venus, like, could not be in the same room.
But they all didn't like Venus. So there was something about her that turned people off. None of them really liked her. Even what did Kenzie call her?
I don't remember, but I remember she called her something.
Yeah, so
it was affectionate though.
But kind of like crazy friend, or so nobody liked her. So we didn't see the way she acted. I heard that she was always following people and just creating a whole lot of nonsense. Yeah, so just listening to her talk would just turn me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed Venus quite a bit.
She just talked trash all the time, She was elevating herself, but didn't do anything in the game to elevate herself.
I think the problem is no one would let her. I think that's the thing. If there's one thing I noticed about this season, it seemed that, at least based on the edit, because of course we're not there, we don't know what's actually going on, it seemed like a lot of players, there seemed this like delusion about them. Like Venus was talking, it seemed like she thought she was this phenomenal player, but we see her not doing anything. Liz saying, I would have beaten all of you easily, and we don't really get that. Ben's like, yeah, I feel like I've got a really good chance. I'm like, oh,
no, you didn't do anything.
Weirdly enough, like, even kind of with Charlie, because Charlie, from what we see, it seemed like he had, like, an easy chance. It seemed like he was very well set up. And from the way the jury was talking, it made it seem like, no, they really did not respect Charlie's game as much until he was able to articulate it.
Did he win 2 challenges?
He did.
So, he won 2 challenges.
I think so did Kenzie.
So to me,
they actually won the same amount.
If you win those challenges are tough. Yeah, a lot of them didn't win any challenges. Tough looking Q, nothing.
He won a reward challenge. He won the Applebee's one where not only did he not take Liz, when apparently Kenzie and Maria tried to give their spot up to Liz, he said, no, I won. I picked you. Come on, let's go. I don't care about Liz, which is why Liz was so mad.
Charlie played a good game.
Oh,
I think he played it, but I wanted Kenzie to win. I wanted Charlie to be in the final 4 because he played a good game.
Oh, and I'm just thinking, I wonder if partly the reason Maria was so bitter, it might not have just been like, you outlasted me, it might not have been that you voted me out, it might have been she didn't get the letters. Because she was mad when she didn't get those letters.
That is so true. Yeah, that is true.
But I guess we'll never know what would have happened if it had been a tie. I won't know who Ben would have voted for.
That's true. It is what it is.
But you were saying overall you really liked the season.
I did. It was a good season. Very good season.
I think of the new era, this is easily my favorite. It's so fun. I said it several times. This wasn't Survivor. This was a sitcom. And I mean that in the best possible way. I loved seeing this cast interact with each other. I love seeing them interact with each other on social media. Even from the very beginning, we had Jelinski. Like, we had an all-time great comedic character, and the show kept going. It's so interesting that in the early episodes of the show, like, compared to, like, Jelinski and Banu, Q seemed like the most normal, down-to-earth of the group. And then in the merge, he showed his true colors, and we had one of the best characters in the entire series. The hide-and-seek scene is so funny to me. The Q skirts, the boy who went out of Mississippi. It was something I remember saying too. It's like when the jury was like kind of narrating some of their things. It's like I missed hearing Tevin speak. I love his voice. Like I just love his cadence. It's so soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved this season. It was so good. I don't know when 40 Several is coming, but I'm excited to watch.
Yeah. It better be good because this one was.
Yeah, it's got tough shoes to follow.
It does. It really does.
But yeah, I think that's it for this.
Yeah.
For 46. This is an all-time great season. Congrats to Kenzie. I think she is a very strong winner.
Yes, I'm so happy because I wanted her to win. She was so
Mermaid Dragon.
Yeah. No, I saw the mermaid. I saw more of the mermaid. Yeah. I'm happy for her. Good job.
Congrats on $1 million hearts and $1 million.
Good job, Kenzie. Good job.